Hi, Rum Boys. Hi, John. Hey, homie. How are you? All right, guys. Hi. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you for sharing on Twitter, Rum Boys. I appreciate that. I'm tired today, guys. Ugh. Thursday Night Football took it out of me because Phillip Rivers sucks. I mean, sucks so bad. What? He was Jason Moore's start of the week. And I don't know if that got to Phillip Rivers' head or something, but he was terrible. It's like 2 or 3 interceptions on paper, and they got lucky that it wasn't 6 interceptions. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. I relied on Mike Williams, who ended up with a decent, fantasy game. Also, Keenan Allen. I mean, this is awful. This was, oh, God. Thursday was just, bleh. Ugh. I literally don't have words. It's absolutely terrible how that game last night. But the Raiders look good. Their defense looked spectacular, which is one of those reasons why Thursday night games are always so weird. Because on paper, these numbers tell you a story. And then when you watch the game, it's like, wait a minute, what happened? Where's the script? It's gone. It's just improv. And it was awful. I mean, I had Josh Jacobs. Thank God he scored a touchdown at the end of it. But he did. He did light it up. Thank you, John. But, I mean, I literally had 5 players starting because we have a defensive player we can plug in. And I was like, yeah, Joey Bosa. He's going to just wreck Carr's life. No, that didn't happen. Oh, God, it was just ugh. So, Breida or Ronald Jones in PPR. I actually like Ronald Jones. I do. I do like Ronald Jones. Tough call, though. Really tough call. I like his matchup a little bit better, but those are 2 good players. That's a good problem to have. I know, Rum Boys, I agree. I want to drop kick him. I mean, talking about Crimea Phillip Rivers, was on the hype video, for that Thursday night rivalry game. It was absolutely disgusting. So I didn't want to talk about it anymore because it just upset my life. Guess the Rivers era is over. It's not. It's not over yet. They're going to be stubborn and stick with him. He'll have a bounce back game. He's a Hall of Famer, guys. But that game was just awful. Awful. He hung onto the ball. He got sacked. He made poor decisions. He overthrew everybody. Daniel Jones plays better than him. Speaking of which, he's a very good sleeper. But yeah, it is over. It's over. The game is over. I don't know about the Phillip Rivers era, guys. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Maybe you can convince me later. But guys, it's week 10. I just feel like it's just so crazy how fast the season goes. It's week 10 already. Who knew? And for anyone who's maybe lived under a rock this week, this is Bipocalypse. So Matt Stafford or Jimmy G. I like both of those options. I'll take... I want to lean Matt Stafford there over Jimmy Garoppolo. But again, both good choices. It could really be a shootout in Seattle. I worry, though, because Kittle's hurt. And it's not looking good. And he may not play. Another thing to consider, guys, he may not play Monday. So if you have a better option, not who's better than Kittle, but if you have another option that you can play a tight end, you might want to do that. If not, go pick up a guy like Jake Hollister. I know that's like a shot in the dark because there's Ed Dixon, there's Luke Wilson, there's Jake Hollister. But you may be in a position where you have to plug somebody in if George Kittle can't play. He himself came out and said there's issues. He's got stuff floating around his knee and his ankle, and Kyle Shanahan was not very positive about it, so not good. Jimmy G or Dak? I like Jimmy G over Dak in this one. I think this might be a trap game for Dak Prescott. I do like Jimmy G over Dak. He's a sneaky sleeper for me. You know what? Now that I say that, I don't know because I think Zeke's going to get shut down in that matchup, so it's going to be forced on Dak to throw. So I don't know. That's a good one. Let me check with the Google machine. I'm going to check. What I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm checking on the Fantasy Footballers Start Sit tool. It is a fantastic tool to have in your back pocket if you guys need help with starts and sits, which I do. So Wayne Dakota Prescott versus the handsome one, Jimmy G. All right, so they actually, let's see. Andy and Mike go with Dak Prescott. Jason goes with Jimmy Garoppolo. So both good choices. Go with your gut on that one, if you ask me. All right, guys, it's by Apocalypse. So what that means is there's 6 teams on a bye. So we're talking about getting pretty desperate with who we start, scouring the waiver wire, picking up in free agency. So there's a lot of stuff that you guys may have to do. I got really lucky. I don't have a single league where I'm really suffering this week, thank goodness. Is that vodka in my cup? Yes, Fantasy Ray. There's always vodka in my cup. This is your Tito's girl right here. Of course, it's Friday afternoon. I'm having a cocktail. Sue me. I know you will. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so guys, lots of teams on a bye. So let's just get right down into this. And then if I missed your question, please feel free to ask me again. I do not get bothered if you ask multiple times. So just feel free to ask me again. Not a problem. If for some reason I don't get to it, hit me up on Twitter. Ask me those questions. If I don't know it, I'll look it up for you or I'll retweet it to help the fantasy masses help me out. So guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Lauren Carpenter. I am a writer for the Fantasy Footballers. Which is an awesome thing. I love it. It's super fun. If you guys don't know who the Fantasy Footballers are and you like fantasy football, please do yourself a favor and go and download their podcast on Apple iTunes, Spotify, all sorts of places you can go and get it. And they also have their own YouTube channel. Really funny. They actually broadcast their podcast too, which is hilarious. 3 really, really good dudes. Great at fantasy. They've won multiple awards. I'm one of their writers. So, but now I'm here for you guys, not just to tout the Fantasy Footballers. So let's get right into this, guys. What I do is I look at defenses where they're weakest. And so I looked at the defenses against running backs this week for week 10. I think it's finally here, guys. It's David Montgomery. So I have no problem starting David Montgomery at all. So he is playing against Detroit. They are the worst in the league when it comes to defending against the run. David Montgomery is finally getting involved. Thank you, Nagy. So that is good news for all you Montgomery owners. Plug him in. You should be happy. I also said that about, I think I said about Josh Jacobs. And he did score a touchdown finally. But yeah, who knows? It's fantasy football, whatever. It's educated guessing, like I always say. Another one that's a really good start is going to be Mark Ingram. If you guys are desperate and Mark Ingram is not available, try to see if Gus Edwards is available as well. They're going up against the second to worst team in the Cincinnati Bengals, which is good news for you guys running. Also good news for Lamar Jackson because he also likes to use his legs, as we know. Another one, pretty simple here, Derrick Henry against the 30th worst against the run, Kansas City. Marlon Mack, another one that's great. I actually just traded him away, so it hurts my soul. But I did get some good things in return. Miami. I mean, there's really nothing else to say here. It's Miami. Come on. Ugh. And let's see. Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams. Why is Jamal Williams back? Why is he a thing? I wish he would go away. Rum Boys Nagy couldn't coach his way out of a wet paper bag. Very true. And then you need a deep sleeper in Dynasty tight end since you have Kittle and Fells. I'm actually bringing up a couple of sleepers. Try Mike Gesicki from Miami. And then if you really are desperate, like I said before, Jake Hollister, if you're in that position on Monday where it's a game time decision and you need someone on the other side. What's up, J Money? And then he's gone. Okay, let me get to that and I'll answer your question, McKinney, David. It's like James Bond, James Bond. Yeah, Gesicki's a good one. He's probably gone, though. Gerald Everett's another option you could take a look at, too. He's probably gone. But, yeah, let's keep going with this. Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, start him. I especially like Jamal Williams in this case because Carolina has allowed 11 rushing touchdowns, I believe, if I'm reading that right. Yes, 11 rushing touchdowns, and I think only 3 receiving touchdowns. I do like Jamal Williams a little bit better than Aaron Jones in this, but I like both of them to start. You probably shouldn't have both of them on your team. But yeah, those 2 guys are a good plug-in for your running backs. Devin Singletary, guys, it's rookie season. Finally, they're starting to come to fruition. So if you have Devin Singletary, he is Mike Wright start of the week as well. Plug him in. I love that. It's against Cleveland. I love it. Do that. Wide receivers. I know we're kind of burning through these. Okay, this one is a little interesting. So wide receivers this week I feel are not awesome. So I do have Larry Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk in here, guys. I would rather have Christian Kirk than Larry Fitzgerald. He's been a little non-existent, but if he's going to have any kind of a game and you have him and you don't have any other options because of Bipocalypse, I really feel like you can plug in Larry Fitzgerald here as a desperation play. They're playing the worst team, well, defense, I should say, versus the wide receiver in Tampa Bay. I think this is going to be a shootout. They're going to be throwing a lot, so I think he's going to get involved. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you have him and you have to play him, at least know that he's in a decent matchup. And then our Plune, how you doing? Am I worried about Eckler going forward? He bailed me out with that TD, but concerned. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the Melvin Gordon backfield, which Melvin Gordon owners are finally happy about, but Austin Eckler owners are kind of mad. I don't think he's going to do as well as he had when Melvin Gordon was not on the field, but I still think he's going to get involved in that offense because he's also excellent at receiving. So they will be creative with how they use him. But he's not going to be the kind of fantasy gem you could rely on before. I still think he's a legitimate RB2 flex option. Just keep that in mind. I mean, I wouldn't drop him if I were in your case, in your place at all. I would keep him. But yes, concerned mildly, if that helps you. And then Run Boy Shots. And then KC over Carolina, right? You mean defenses? So I'm not quite sure what you're asking there, David. But you know, it's Friday afternoon. My brain's fried, so who knows? All right, guys. Michael Thomas, obviously simple. You're going to start him. You're going to play him. Great matchup in Atlanta. There's some other wide receivers on the New Orleans Saints that I want to go. Can you trust? And then Starkhouse, can you trust Matt Breida if he plays? No. You can't trust anyone. It's fantasy football. But if you have to play Breida, I get it. It's not a great matchup for him, I should say. And this is kind of the Tevin Coleman show. So it is possible that they're going to bottle up Coleman, which gives Breida an opportunity, but I don't love it. But if you have to play him, you have to play him, if that helps you at all. I know, that's so, like, lame. What a lame answer. Like, it depends. Sorry. Yeah. I know, J Money. All right. I'm going to bring up some sleepers on New Orleans a little bit later. Definitely one to keep in mind. The New Orleans offense, guys. Going up against Atlanta. They're like Swiss cheese porous on defense against receivers. All right, guys. And then Golden Tate. I love Golden Tate. Golden Tate and Darius Slayton. Sterling Shepard is back in the concussion protocol, which stinks. Because it's very possible his career is over. I know that's like a very drastic step. But he's been in and out of that concussion protocol. And like for his health, we should all hope that... Hey, what's up? CT Burke. Darius Slayton, I love him. Daniel Jones likes to target him. He's getting more involved in the offense. So if you have Darius Slayton, and especially because it's by Mageddon, I think he's a great start. So is Golden Tate. He's going to be that volume monster since Sterling Shepard is out. Love it, especially against the Jets. 27th worst against wide receivers. And then Devontae Adams. I mean, that's pretty simple. I don't trust any of the other pass catchers on Green Bay. It stinks. So, and then, John, you said this has Slay Day written all over it. It sure does. And then, hey, Emmanuel, how you doing? You're being forced to play Marvin Jones this week. Do you feel good about him having a decent game? No, I don't. He has potential for really big upside, which is nice. But they're going up against the Bears. And the Bears can really lock down receivers, especially considering Marvin Jones has been hot. I think they're going to be focusing on him, which means this could be the Kenny Galladay show, but most likely it is going to be the TJ Hawkinson show because the Bears are pretty weak against tight ends. I don't like that matchup. But if you're forced to play him, take some Pepto, have a cocktail. I'm sorry. It stinks. And then Connor Burke, what up? Thank you, Run Boy, saying hi. Slayton. I like Slayton. I like Darius Slayton. He and Daniel Jones have some chemistry. I really like it. And then you dealt Barber for Stafford since Watson was on a bye. That's a great play. I mean, I like that. I like Stafford a lot. And then, cool, you're welcome. I absolutely, that's what I'm here for. Better be the Galladay show. It's probably going to be TJ Hawkinson. Let's hope he's not TJ Droppinson. That would be really nice for TJ Hawkinson owners. Am I right? All right, guys. So Devontae Adams, that's easy. I don't trust Geronimo Allison. I don't trust MBS if they're even healthy. I haven't even paid attention. Devontae Adams really the only one on there that I'm really digging on the Green Bay offense. And this is going to be interesting, guys. Okay, so Baltimore is like 24th or 22nd worst against wide receivers. I forgot to put the number in here. Real quick before I get into that, CT Burke, how big of an impact will Hunt have this week? I think his impact will be giving Nick Chubb a water break. That's what I think. They'll probably try to use him creatively. He is an excellent pass catcher. He's a very explosive running back. And I think they're going to use him in tandem. It may be like a Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler type thing eventually, but his first game back, I don't know exactly how they're going to use him, but I think it may be literally to give Nick Chubb a water break. It's been well over a year, I think. Has it been over a year since he's been on an NFL field? So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be very big, at least right away. So if you have Kareem Hunt and you're forced to start him, he should get some involvement. So hopefully he doesn't goose you. All right, guys. So Baltimore. So we got AJ Green is out indefinitely. We don't know what the hell's going on. He had swelling, aggravation. What do I think about Jarvis Landry? I love Jarvis Landry. If Baker Mayfield would stop trying to force feed OBJ and realize that Jarvis Landry is usually open almost on every play. So hopefully that time comes. I have him. I hope he does well. And then, whoop, that one disappeared on me. Okay, guys, Tyler Boyd and Auden Tate. AJ Green is out. We have a new, is Brandon Allen. Am I right there? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Brandon Allen is the new quarterback for the Bengals, which is, I don't know, maybe it's an upgrade from Dalton, but this is tough. The matchup is really good. So if you have Tyler Boyd, you might have to play him. If you're in a position on, Buy-Mageddon, you may need to pick up Auden Tate. Their matchup is good. So let's hope that this is going to be a good game for them, but just cross your fingers because who knows. And then new Allen on the block. That's right. So it is Brandon Allen. Thank you, Run Boys. And then, I'm sorry, it's Ryan Finley. Thank you. Who is Brandon Allen now? There's so many freaking new quarterbacks. I get so confused. Is it Ryan Finley? That's right. It is Ryan Finley. Allen is the Broncos. Thank you. Thank you, C.T. Burke. I knew it was one of those. Another team I don't care about. The Broncos. Whatever. They got my boy Drew Lock, who got himself hurt in preseason. Well done. Allen for Broncos. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It happens. It's Friday. Meh. Okay, guys. Here is where it gets interesting. Tight end starts. Okay, guys. This is very interesting because Arizona is the worst when it comes to defending against tight ends. So O.J. Howard is finally healthy. And he's going to be on the field. But is it going to be O.J. Howard or is it going to be Winston's bestie, Cameron Brate? I don't like it. But this could be a comeback game for O.J. Howard. All the cards are there. Let's see if he does it. I don't know. But if you guys are desperate, you might have to start O.J. Howard. Cameron Brate's available. You need someone to start. Might as well pick him up. Best matchup you can possibly have. That's my thing. All right, like I said before, T.J. Hawkinson against the 30th worst Chicago Bears. So T.J. Hawkinson's a great start. Ebron a sleeper for the week? Absolutely. He had a talk with Frank Wright about his role in the offense. So squeaky wheel, grease, Ebron might be a very good pickup. I don't have him on this list, but that is a good option. Another one I like, Kittle, but injury concerns. Just please have a plan in place in case Kittle cannot play Monday night. Crappiest time when you have questions about a player, am I right? And, okay, Gerald Everett. Love him. Love Gerald Everett, especially with Brandon Cooks out. If you can get him, go get him. If not, he's owned, I think, in over 60% of leagues, I think, in Yahoo. I could be wrong on that. I don't know, but if he's available, get him, play him, start him if you have him. I am. And then Jonnu Smith. It also looks like Delaney Walker is not going to play again, so Jonnu Smith for you guys. Another one. And then Vance McDonald. Finally, let's just hope that Mason Rudolph can pull his head out of his arse and start playing better. For Juju Smith-Schuster owners, which he's going up against Jalen Ramsey, so may not be the best start for Juju, but let's hope this opens up Vance McDonald. They're playing the Rams. They're middling in the pack in defense, trending towards the worst side against tight ends, so I do like Vance McDonald. Another option here too, guys, is Jason Witten. They're playing the 19th worst Minnesota Vikings, and Dak Prescott likes to target Jason Witten. So if you need a warm body to fill in that'll get you some points, you could do worse. It's not awesome, but you could do worse. Like Jake Hollister. All right, guys, and I think start all these guys over Gesicki. I don't know, man. I like Gesicki. I like Gesicki a lot. Sleepers. Okay, guys, like I mentioned before, New Orleans Saints is going up the Atlanta Falcons. I almost said the Atlanta Zone Falcons. What? The Atlanta Red Zone Falcons? That's hilarious. But they bleed fantasy points to wide receivers and pass catchers. Ted Ginn is a very interesting sleeper. So if you guys need a wide receiver, I like Ted Ginn. If he's not available, because people have already picked up on this, and you are desperate, a very deep sleeper. He was on the board earlier. Gesicki was on my tight end starters earlier, not on the sleeper board. He was on the tight end starts a couple slides ago. Look, I'll show you. No, he wasn't. Oh, that's right. I deleted it. Oh, that's right. You're right. My bad. I had him in here. I deleted it because I was going to write it on this side. And then I forgot. I also forgot to bring up Greg Olsen. I like Greg Olsen too. But he was supposed to go on this slide, but I forgot to add him in there. Mike Gesicki. I like him. Sleepers. Oh, look, there he is. Right under tight end sleepers. I was going to have him in both places, just so you know. All right, guys. Like I said, Falcons bleed points. Ted Ginn, super duper deep dive in Trey Quinn. Oh, did I say Traquan? Is it Traquan Smith? I think it is Traquan Smith. I am really bad with like these first names that I can barely pronounce, so sorry if the spelling is incorrect. You know who I mean. Charles Clay, I don't love this, but again, if you're desperate, Tampa Bay's not very good when it comes to tight ends either. So Charles Clay's an option. I don't love that one though, but he's up here because Mike Gesicki, love that one. And then, guys, Zach Pascal. He's probably not on your waivers anymore, but if you have the opportunity to pick up Pascal, or if you're curious about starting him, highly recommend starting Zach Pascal. They're going up against Miami, like I said. It does not matter who the quarterback is for the Colts either. It could be Hoyer, it could be Jacoby Brissett. Doesn't matter. Pascal is awesome. Paris Campbell broke his hand or his wrist or something. T.Y. Hilton is out. So Pascal is going to be the guy. He's getting tons of targets. And if you guys need quarterbacks, I mentioned this before, Daniel Jones. I do like Daniel Jones quite a bit going up against the Jets. Another one, if you're super desperate too, is going to be Ryan Tannehill. He's proven himself to be way better than Mariota so far, which is, my Pomeranian is better at quarterbacking than Mariota, but it is what it is. But it's in KC. This could be a shootout. Again, Kansas City bleeds points, 2 wide receivers. So Ryan Tannehill is definitely an option if you guys are desperate because of Bipocalypse. And then, let's see, hang on a second. Bottom 2 defenses on tight end play against each other, so no Max Williams or Clay. Or would you go Howard? Man, I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of feel OJ Howard for some weird reason, even though I hate it. I don't know about that one. What do you guys think? Help Believe 89. BL Belly. I don't know how to say your name. Sorry, my friend. And then Breathe. No, I think I'm good. Smoky Bloke. I'll talk as fast as I can and fast as I want because guess what? It's my stream. If you don't like it, you can see the door out. All right. Couple more sleepers here for you guys. Patrick Laird. Obviously, Kenyon Drake is no longer with the Miami Dolphins. He is making a mess. Not a mess. Maybe a mess of like fantasy owners' lives who have David Johnson. But Kalen Ballage is not good. He's not. He's like a big tree that stumbles into things. So this could be the time for Patrick Laird. This also could be the time for Gaskin. Myles Gaskin may make an appearance here, but if you, again, super deep sleeper if you're desperate, pick up Patrick Laird if you want to play him, Miami Dolphin running back. Kareem Hunt, like we had mentioned before, he may be on waivers. It doesn't hurt to stash him if you have the room. And if you really are desperate again and these guys aren't available, who knows, Kareem Hunt could get involved, and at least he gets you some points, and it doesn't get you a big goose egg, hopefully. And then another super deep one that I don't love, but the opportunity is there, is Ty Johnson for the Lions. The Bears have an excellent defense, but I think their weakest part is against the running back. I don't know if you guys remember when, was it the Bears and the Eagles played? I can't remember who it was, but they can get gashed on running backs. I know Ty Johnson isn't awesome. J.D. McKissick is also getting involved as well, so if Ty is not available, you might be able to get a little bit, but I think McKissick only has like 38% offensive snap shares. Just something to keep in mind here as we go along. So that's all I have for my slides, guys. So that's just a big thank you, just to tell you guys thank you. I love it when you're in here joining me, asking me questions. This is a great community that we have, going on. And again, if you don't like it, you can leave. I won't be mad. All right, let's see if we have any other guys. Yes, Connor is not. Yeah, Connor's probably not going to play. Another Jalen Samuels week. And also, Trey Edmonds is beat up too. So that's a big question mark there at running back. Kevin does not like OJ Howard. I feel you. And then Run Boys, I do agree. Braid over Howard. It's just that chemistry that Winston and Cameron Braid have that I feel is more fantasy relevant. But that's literally a gut take for me. I don't know. I just, tight ends this week are meh. And then, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. My husband thinks I'm a dream come true too. Right, babe? He says yes. Just go with it. And then you're thinking of starting Tannehill, CT Burke. I like it. And John likes Howard. This has to be the week. Does it, though? I hope it is for OJ Howard owners. Although, who owns OJ Howard still? I have no idea. And then Angie likes Brait. And then no Miami running back is good. Very true. But they've got to run the ball somehow, so it ain't going to be Fitzmagic running it. Again, 2 legs like tree trunks, so I don't know. He actually did make some pretty good, solid effort. He just throws his body around like he don't care. And I love that. I do love that about Ryan Fitzpatrick. So never mind, I take that back. But he's good for like a first down here or two, but he can't be doing all the running, so someone's going to have to run the football. Let's see. Myles Gaskins, good call. Thank you very much, David. And then Tannehill has a 70% plus completion rate. Yeah, he's doing well. He is doing well coming in for the terrible Marcus Mariota. And I like A.J. Brown as well. If anybody knows me, I don't like Corey Davis. So, Corey Davis. But I do like A.J. Brown. Rest of season, actually, I have him. And he's definitely a guy that is getting more involved. He's a rookie this year, I believe. Had a couple really big games, a couple really big stinkers. He's a boomer bust, but I do like him with Tannehill in. And then Johnson was at 60% of snaps last week. Thank you, Kevin. Is Brissett playing on Sunday? Ooh, that, I don't know. I don't know if Brissett is going to play on Sunday. It's possible. It's literally 50-50. I have no idea. He's a game time decision. If you have him, I would make plans to grab Brian Hoyer off the waiver wire if he has not been snagged already, just to be on the safe side. For his weapons, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback because Brian Hoyer is actually one of the better decent backups in the league, and he's going to do pretty well like he showed he did last week. So, and then you are welcome, and I am so glad to give you advice. If it sucks, I'm sorry. These are just what the numbers say. These are involving humans, so you never know what can happen. And then if Hoyer is starting, should you play Ebron or add Mac with Ebron against the Dolphins? Yeah, you can. Okay, should you only play Ebron? So are you asking if you should play Ebron and Mac or Ebron or Mac? That just depends on if you have a better tight end than Ebron. I would play that tight end over Ebron. If not, I don't mind playing both guys here. I really, really don't. Mac is in a field all of his own. He's going to be involved in the offense like he always is. And Ebron is kind of that touchdown guy. Like I said, he just sat down with his head coach and said he didn't like how he's being used in the offense. So this could be a big game for Ebron. If that helps you. Not sure if I answered your question there. And then, Emmanuel, you're thinking ahead to week 12. Do I like Cleveland's defense over Miami? Any defense over Miami? If that's what you're asking. Don't pick up Miami's defense. Just don't. Ugh. All right, Tariq Cohen, any value this week? I wish he was, David, because I have him. It's possible. If Nagy can figure his life out when it comes to his running backs, he should be getting involved, and he's not. And I don't know why. I would pivot away from Tariq Cohen if you have weapons that you can put in place of him. If you have to play him, it is a solid matchup for him, but it doesn't look like he's getting involved at all. Now watch, he scores 4 touchdowns. That, of course. Ugh. In best ball, you own Howard. Oh, that's okay. This may be his week. But yeah, that does kind of suck for best ball. And then, yeah, Cohen's at a 0 value. Game time call. Thank you, Kevin. Playoff push time. Yes, playoff push time. So, guys, just as a little PSA here, I am doing okay in most of my leagues. I actually made a big move in my fantasy footballers writers draft league, the whole league, not the draft. Obviously, that's over. And I ended up trading away Kamara, but I got a lot of really solid pieces. I'm 3-6 in that league, but I can still make that push and do that effort to at least try to make it into the playoffs. It's not over yet. Do everything you can to either make those trades before the deadline, to really scour that waiver wire and see if you can get those next couple wins to get you to the playoffs. Don't give up yet if you have a bad record. That's me in several leagues. Guys I really liked didn't hit. I was just absolutely boofed on injuries this year, which stinks, but that's fantasy football. It's not over yet. Keep fighting and don't give up. And then Hollywood is going to light it up in Cincy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But I think the game script is just going to be calling for more run than it is more passing, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, he should have a good game. If it sucks, blame the Tito's. Exactly. Hi, Mark. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm so glad you made it. And then Kevin says only play Mac, if that helps your question earlier. And then every defense over Miami. Great show. Thank you. Thank you, Rum Boys. You're my booze. Golden Tate, huge game against the Jets. I agree. What's up, Dan? Hey. And then you love Golden Tate. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope I'm doing awesome everywhere. I mean, it's fun and it's nice to know, so thank you very much. But I do this because I love fantasy football, and I do this because I love helping you guys, and I love creating a community, and I love talking with all of you. That's why I do this. I mean, we don't get paid a lot of money to be fantasy football analysts. we do it because we really like it. So I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, again, you can hit me up, Stepmom Lauren. I do have my own website, stepmomlauren.com. I put my work up there, guys. I write the waiver wire article for the fantasy footballers. I also do a Thursday night breakdown for Fake Pigskin. They're usually always wrong because Thursday night games are always friggin' weird. So, can't win them all. But, all right, John, I got to run too. So it was great talking to you. David, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining me. For everyone, this is your first time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can meet with me. Easy for you to say. Join me. That's better. Join me next Wednesday when I do Wind Up Wednesday. And then am I my Saints fan? I am, because my NFL team, the St. Louis Rams, divorced me and went back to their second wife in LA. So I'm going with the next best option when it comes to historical St. Louis stuff, which is New Orleans. So yeah, I'm a huge New Orleans fan. I love the city. And I love the team. So yeah, Captain Comerica, let's go. Let's go. In fact, I was just at a Saints game. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Hit me up on Twitter if you have any further questions, at Stepmom Lauren, and have fun. Have fun this weekend. Oh, Commando Randall, you're just missing it. That's okay, though. This will go up on YouTube, too, guys, so I'll see you then. Be safe, but have fun, too.